live here on Who Do You Like TV.
How about the Bloop?
Why is he taping it? They're taping the show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How we doing out there?
I don't know what Freddie. What did you eat tonight? Oh my goodness! Wow, he's riled up tonight, folks. Nobody. And again, before I sing something, I want to say that song, "Please Don't Let Me Down." Again, Rob, you did a fantastic job putting that song and putting those images. And that little girl, she breaks my heart. Just breaks my heart. Hello.
Ah! Body Peter! Start all over!
This is live TV. Let's start over again, folks. I don't know what just happened. I was talking, but that's okay. I don't understand. All right. Live TV. All right, here we go. I don't know. Let's start at the beginning. It would be helpful. Oh.
Oh boy.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down. So many times I've played around. I'll tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll bring your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you. One more time, let me kiss you. And then I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. About the times I won't have to say. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. But I'm leaving on a jet plane. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Frank James singing a John Denver song. That's a big changeover, Frank. Holy. You went from the Ukraine video to the John Denver to Freedom. Woo. I tell you, you're getting very a lot of.
Wow, I was really out of my comfort zone.
You're getting, yeah. Well, listen, it's a different than normal.
No, I love John Denver. Actually, my parents, when I was a kid, when they went to Marriage Encounter and their friends of theirs in New Jersey, they were very big John Denver fans. So Annie's song and Leaving on an Airplane, I've heard these songs since I'm a kid. So when Rob and Fred asked me to possibly sing some of these songs, I was very happy to do it. Again, not one of my usual. First time I ever did that.
How hard is that, Frank, in terms of that, like you're listening to an arrangement that John Denver, that's a John Denver arrangement. This particular album, this particular album, which you had to go into your attic.
Yes.
Tell us about that, retrieving this from your, and then of course the arrangements on here. Why do you have this in the first place? So give us a
I guess when I first started singing over 10 years ago, I started going to actually in Colony Records, which is no longer there, unfortunately. They had an excellent arrangement of backing tracks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Colony Records. So that's where I bought that with a lot of different CDs that I still have to this day. But again, they're all over the place. And I literally went in the attic to find that because when I went on Apple Music, unfortunately, I could not find any John Denver backing tracks. And I said, oh my gosh. So then I said, oh yes, I have this CD, but now where is it? I haven't seen it in maybe a decade. So I went into the attic and luckily I found it.
And then moving on to the arrangement, how difficult is that to like the phrasing and everything as a singer? Do you have to be within the realm of somewhat of the tone of Denver to make it your own? It would seem to me to be a very difficult thing to sift through your own experience to.
Absolutely. It's interesting. Absolutely, because John Denver, again, you have to have a lot of breath, but at the same time you have to keep it at a lower level. Whereas like when I do Elvis or Tom Jones, it's more I'm pulling it out. This is kind of like you're subdued, but yet you have to have a lot of air. So that was another thing I was worried I was going to run out of air. And also his phrasing is actually quite interesting and somewhat complicated.
Yeah. And as a drummer, when you're covering a song, how are you able to, to make that your own when you're drumming and stuff like that?
Yeah, you have to band down, that's for sure. Yeah. Battle down the hatches.
But I mean,
you gotta play into the artist. I mean, I backed up maybe 100 famous singers in my lifetime, and everybody had
Benny King,
their own.
Benny King?
Benny King, yeah. Benny King.
Stand By Me?
Stand By Me, yeah. And we worked with him out in Long Island when Stand By Me just became a hit again. And what happened was we jammed with him, and I said, I got to go backstage and ask him about what he thinks Stand By Me being a hit again. He says, Fred, he says, in a million trillion years that I think the one song that I did in my lifetime, Stand By Me, would be a #1 hit again. And the reason why it was a #1 hit, guess why? It was in a movie.
Rob Reiner's film, Stand By Me.
Right, Rob Reiner's. And then, once that became a big hit, the song became a big hit because it was part of the...
What songs that I heard you say a second generation, resurgence or rebirth. And some songs that have been, not that many people even know about, and they all of a sudden they have a new life.
Well, look
at born like Lazarus, they come to life again.
Yeah, but look at like a song like Leaving on a Jet Plane. There had to be at least 20 to 30 singers that sang it and made semi-hits on
I was telling Porky that I remember Tom Jones had a special, and I remember Tom Jones doing his rendition of it. But it's a challenge, as an actor, you might take A Streetcar Named Desire or a play like, which is on Broadway now, American Buffalo, and you've seen the other actor do it already, or even a director with a concept, perform the play, and you have to make it your own. And that's what I'm asking you as a drummer. I mean, how hard is that to do to make it, anyone can play Stand By Me, but then, do you vary?
Yeah, you gotta vary. Like,
I'm saying, you gotta make it your own.
Oh, your own.
You change the syncopation or the...
you can, yeah, once you
The
get,
phrasing is
once you
about
get a
that
grip
phrasing.
of it with if the singer's grooving with it the
Right.
right way, then you could take it to another level of where you want to, you could push it ahead.
In terms of like improvisation, how does that happen quite often, when you're live?
Oh, yeah,
More
live,
when you're right?
live, definitely. Because you know what? Sometimes you'll be jamming, right, Frank? You see that? And you see, like, the audience is really nice. Says, oh, yeah, you don't like that one?
Right.
All right, you don't like that slow tempo?
Sure,
Now I'm gonna pull it up a little bit, and then all of a sudden
That's
they're
me,
like,
Charlie,
you
all the way in the
start
right
rocking,
corner,
you drive
wearing the
them right
white
into
shirt,
you drive
green
them
hat,
right
and
into
black
another
shorts, all the way in the
dimension.
right corner,
It's like
Charlie.
acting, right?
Hope
When
you're okay.
acting,
That's
right?
me
You
in the
can
right
feel
corner.
Like, I don't
How
know.
you feel the audience, you feel like you're doing it, and then, there is a
Well,
definite
it
connection
plays, you get that more, right?
with the plays.
Yeah.
Well, and you also feel...
Even with the movie?
When in filming,
Yeah,
you do
filming,
too, the multiple takes, you can...
Right, build it up, right?
You ladder up, we might call that.
Yes, lather up.
But ladder up, but I mean, in terms of improvisation, you got to know it. And I'm just curious of how a musician, how
Yeah.
they make it. And Frank is saying
Well, you see
he's
it-
working within the parameters of a composition to make it his own, which I think he did a really wonderful
Well, if you
job.
listen to any CD, any hit song,
Right.
and then you watch them live, guaranteed that song is faster
Yeah.
than the
Usually.
original recording.
Oh, cool.
Because when you're live, you want to pump it up. You want to pump it up a little bit. I mean, you could go into a sync mode, but then you just you become just in one aspect of it. But when you're live, it's definitely different.
I mean, I guess that's why the Grateful Dead was such a great group, because
Yeah.
they love to play live. I mean, they weren't so much into the recordings of doing
No.
things. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
no artist wants to do a recording and say that's it, just like an actor.
Right.
They want to be on Broadway, right?
I mean,
Famous actors,
yes,
they want to be on
but
Broadway.
I'm saying the whole music industry has changed in the sense that the music is so
Synced up.
You can find music anywhere, so it's kind of forced performance now with the COVID, the pandemic.
Yeah,
to
live,
play
yeah,
live in order to make.
But there's always a calling for live music.
But I'm saying they're making the bands are making money through the live performance again.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas remember the Beatles said they weren't going to play any live anymore. They had records.
Right.
Now with the live streaming,
Oh, yeah.
you
I
have to
don't think they
afford it.
meant it the way you're thinking.
But you're forced to play
I don't
live.
think they, like they're saying that they wouldn't do live anymore. They just said,
That was the reason why, but I'm just trying to say,
Yeah,
maybe that's a
I
bad
got you.
analogy, but the thing is that live performance has become a way for groups to really to make money because of the fact that...
let's do that. Anybody got another joke before we do? Yeah, you got a joke?
Yeah, sure.
Give us a joke.
All right, a priest and a nun decided they were going to take a trip across the
this is
desert on
funny.
a camel. So the priest says to the nun, "Sister, take care of the camel, feed him, water him." She says, "Okay, Father, I'll take care of it." They get halfway across the desert on the camel, in the middle of nowhere, thousands of miles from any kind of life. The camel lays down and dies. The priest says, "Sister, what happened?" "I don't know, Father. I fed him. I gave him plenty of water, but maybe the sun was too much. He just couldn't take it." He said, "Well, you know, sister, we're done for. This is it. So it's all over." She says, "Father, you know, there's something I've always wanted to do before I met my maker." She says, "What's that, sister?" "Go ahead, it's a last wish." "I wanted to know what it felt like to be naked in front of a man." He says, "Sister, go right ahead." She takes off all her clothes. He says, "You know, sister, there's something I wanted to do before I met my maker." "What's that, Father?" She says, "I want to know what it felt like to be naked in front of a woman." "Father, go ahead, it's our last wish." He takes off all his clothes, he gets down to his underwears, and he starts to pull his underwears down, and she goes, "Ooh, Father, that thing, what is it?" He says, "This, sister, when inserted, produces life." She says, "Well, stick it up the camel's ass and let's get out of here."
Oh boy, good thing our show ends at night.
A priest and a rabbi
Wow.
met in the street.
Yeah.
Bubble Park and Avenue U.
This is the
They met.
best.
"How are you, Father?" "Okay, how are you, Rabbi?" "Oh, I'm good. If you're ever in the neighborhood, stop in and say hello." "Yeah,
This is
you
a good
too, Father."
joke.
Same thing. So what happened to be on a Saturday, the rabbi happened to be up by Avenue U, by the church. He says, I think I'll go see the father. So at the time he goes in to see father's giving confession.
Yeah.
So he says, Rabbi, come on, come in the confession booth, see our way, see how it's done. Sure, he comes in. The guy runs in and says, bless me, Father, for our sins. I just murdered 3 people. He says, well, drop a quarter in the poor box and say penance. The guy goes away. 10 minutes later, another guy comes in. Bless me, Father, for our sins. I just murdered 3 guys. He said, well, drop a quarter in the poor box and say penance. So he says, okay. So the priest had to go to the bathroom. So he says, Rabbi, I have to go to the bathroom. He said, I'll be right back. He says, you say how it's done. Yeah, don't worry about it. So 5 minutes later, the rabbi's in there. The guy runs in and says, bless me, Father, for our sins. I just murdered 2 people. He said, go out and kill another one. They're 3 for a quarter.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'll tell you.
You know what happened to me?
They gave you the right name.
You know what happened to me? I bought a parrot not too long ago. A parrot, a live parrot.
Parrot?
Oh, this is funny.
About 2 months ago. And every time I walked out of the bathroom, I had him on a perch with a little chain on his leg. Every time I walked out of the bathroom, this parrot says, I see your ass. I said, stop saying that. That's not nice. The next day comes, the parrots, I walk out of the bathroom, I see your ass. I said, I told you, stop saying that. Next time you say it, I'm going to shave your head. Next day came, guy comes out of the bathroom, the parrot says, I see your ass. Come here. Took the parrot, he shaved his head, put him back on the perch, but he forgot to chain him. Now the parrot flies out the window. And he lands in the street. He sees a bald-headed guy. He lands on his shoulder. He says, whose ass did you see?
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a
Okay,
I'll tell you, well, you know, for more, what's that?
No.
For all the crazy stuff that you did in your life, you came up with some good,
I love telling jokes.
Did you get them
I
from-
love
now-
making people laugh.
did you make these jokes up or did you get them from other?
No, they came to me. I mean, I know a million jokes, but I can't remember
Right,
them.
you can't remember
You know,
them all.
I'm surprised I remember what I do at my age. You know, so, you know.
Someone mentioned a joke with me, it meant something to me.
I could say at my age on television. I'm not ashamed.
I'll do that, you know, short little thing.
I could say my age on television? Sure, I'm not ashamed. I was just 80 in April. Wow. Thank God.
I look like you in 80.
I feel good.
I'll be celebrating every day.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Wait a minute, you forgot to tell me
I'd
something.
like to know why you need permission to ask him.
You
Well, no, I just wanted.
know what? You know why?
I'll tell you what, respect.
Respect,
Hey,
absolutely.
we're having a great time. You guys stand out.
Respect.
No, we're true
I was promised a
stand
CD.
out in New Yorkers.
What you say, Lou?
You know that because that's all we have is, you know.
That's fine.
I was walking on New Utrecht Avenue not too long ago in
What happened
Brooklyn.
there?
And a rabbi came, there was a big ditch they were digging out and everything. The rabbi didn't see it, he fell down the ditch.
Oh my God.
People ran over, they grabbed the rabbi, they brought him up, they says, you're all right, Rabbi? The first thing the rabbi went, he says, Rabbi, he says, you're not Catholic, you made the sign of the cross. He says, what sign of the cross? He says, I checked my spectacles, testicles, left arm, right arm. And they say that.
Oh boy. I'll tell you, Porky, you're stealing my show, man. You really are with those jokes. What happened? Oh.
Sing. Sing.
Oh, so yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we're gonna do another song